welcome to the office. A bit tired this morning and did a live feed yesterday on a landscaping group that we've got, a forum on Facebook, and it was about that pricing thing with the potential customer. So what we did last night, we do a thing on the survivor group. It's called Whiteboard Wednesday. We film it in a studio, and we went through how to price for a patio, okay? And we based it on roughly 20 square meters, and we went through it, and we had about I think there was, that's right, Lee Griffiths told me, thanks Lee for watching, there was 54 live viewers at one time, and it held at about 45 and then went down to about 33. So it was of interest, and it was an engaging video because what we were doing, we were asking the guys what they would charge for sand and cement, and how much sub base they would put in. So it worked, okay? And we used, everybody had a different figure, but we used the average. We use the common denominator, the mean number, I suppose, if we look at maths, somewhere between the high and the low, and we come out with a price. And it was interesting to hear people's response. So today I'll be talking about that maybe a little bit more, and I've had a good feedback from it this morning on everything really. You know, guys have heard this before. If you look at the last video I did yesterday, I did a live feed on it, and there's some good responses. Get on there and read some of the responses. I've tried to answer everybody's comments on there. If I've missed anybody's comments, just let me know. But let's get on with it. The daily grind is waiting. I'm just sat here with Andy now. Andy has been, I don't know what Andy's been, friend or foe. No, Andy's been with me for some time now, and he actually gets me to slow down sometimes because I'm rushing around like a maniac, and that's when things go wrong. And it's happened many times over the years, and we've had a few stories, haven't we, Andy? Like, you know, history tells us, doesn't it? Like, not to repeat those mistakes again.
That's right.
Yeah, absolutely.
Never work too early in the morning.
I'm not quite sure about that one. On another point, I'm absolutely, I ain't going to swear on here because I just think that you cross the boundary when you start swearing on videos, and you definitely do. I don't think it's a good thing. If you're in private place with somebody and you're having a chat and your mates and your friends, and if it's allowed and it's accepted, that's fine, but we don't know who it's going to offend, so we have to think about what we're doing. One thing that just drives me insane is these media companies that go along and charge these astronomical fees to get their company, get businesses out there, or to profile you in whatever form. But I guarantee you, what they learned in college or university last week is old school the next day. It's happening so fast out there with all these social network platforms and our media. There's definitely I don't think there's anything in it really, what they actually learn, you know, because it's changing so fast. But certainly what is important at the moment is video, and it's proven, and all on YouTube and Facebook and Instagram. It's the videos that gets the views. Google and YouTube are trying to get people from watching television because they want you to watch their social network platforms, because that's where it's happening all the time. You see people across the country on a regular basis. They've got their phones, their iPads, their laptops on their lap. They're watching Emmerdale or Coronation Street. If that's your thing, if that ticks your boat, that's entirely up to you, but it doesn't do it for me. But they're sat there and they're looking at their phones constantly. People, when you're talking to them, are looking at their phones. There's times and places to do it. It's entirely up to you how you do it. But the fact is, these media companies are charging an absolute fortune to get business out there, to get them profiling, to get some brand awareness. And the fact is, I can do it better. Look at this now. This is what I want to show you. Let's get the wipers on here. We'll find it in a minute, won't we, Andy? Let's just... there we go. There we go. Oh, we're going too fast. Look, here we have a new development. This is actually generally is regarded locally as a nice development. It's called Monbank in Newport, not far from the Gwent. But as you can see, notification just come in. Would you really want to buy a house when you're looking at cherry pickers? They're there all the time. They ain't going to change. And is that the sort of thing that you want to be looking at your window? Strange one. Well, here we are. That's what I want to show you. What we've done here now, we've got concrete underneath that runner, that 6x2 all the way across there. Yes, the timber is resting on the concrete, but it's not down in the ground. The concrete has a porosity value, so the water will run down. If you look at the length of it and the amounts of timber, it can't really go anywhere at all. And it's solid, it's not moving. And over this side here, we have a patio on there, so that ain't gonna go anywhere. Just wanted to stop here for a moment. You know what it's like being in the landscape. You drive round and you remember jobs that you've done years ago, and I've just come down here now to price a job, and that fence there by that hedge and those finials, those caps on there, I put that in 27 years ago, that little feather edge fence. If I can just scroll in just there, you can just see it now. Let's have a look. There we are. I put that in 27 years ago. Yeah, there's some ivy coming. 27 years ago that fence was put in, and they've maintained it, but not bad. Well, you've got to ask yourself, why am I laying blocks on a day like this? But the fact is, it's not raining now, and these blocks are nice and dry. We've got the mix right, and if we just get these blocks down fast, tie this big piece up here. It's spitting a little bit, but we are able to get it done. So I'm going to get on with this, and I'll give you an update soon on the retaining wall. Andrew just made a statement that said, his exact words, "At least we got that done." But I didn't see him in the hole. I'm not going to swear. On a serious note, I've pulled over now. Shouldn't keep saying that all the time. When you've got a trailer on, you have to really consider, you know, when you're using it, you have to think in a different way. You know, you've got that big lump of metal behind you with your van, and then you've got a further lump of metal again. And, you know, we're talking probably 8 meters, at least 8 meters long, maybe 9 meters long, you know, I don't know, maybe even 10. The fish that got away, isn't it? But the fact is that it is long, and you have to keep checking what's behind you. And there's nothing worse when there's no one around to watch you back. And yesterday there was a man there with his son running around, and he see me keep getting out. I'd stop, I'd look, and I sort of give him the heads up, but he just let this kid run around, and I just had to wait a while, and then he was in the car, and then he was out the car. But please be careful when you're using these trailers. Coming to PC Ward now and just have a look at the cameras and the drones over here, you know, and I don't know, those Osmos and what have you, and how good should it be when you're filming, you know, how good the quality of your footage should be, like, so I don't know what I need. I haven't got a clue. It's got to be quick and easy for me because I'm not a techie, so let's see if we've got a lot in here. Let's make a trip to another shop, I think. Well, look at these for Delphiniums. They look absolutely fantastic. I have a different variety down here, which is a smaller one, but not as good. Well, you know, they're good. They're going over now, but look at these. Just planted these the other day, and they look absolutely fantastic. Right next to this, my head's gone now. Can't remember. We've got a brunnery down here at one side now. Look at that. That's come on beautiful there. It's not necessarily in the right place because it's edging the driveway here, but it does look good, and I haven't seen many flowers on that this year, but these Delphiniums are absolutely stunning.